I studied English for 2 full years and still could not order a sandwich confidently.
A sandwich?
A sandwich, one of the simplest conversations a human being can have. And I was standing at the counter, completely frozen, hoping the person behind me would somehow order for me.
Did they?
They did not. I eventually pointed at the menu and said, "That one, please," like a child at a candy shop.
Strategic pointing, a classic technique.
Very effective. 0 English required. But the problem was, I had been studying English, grammar rules, vocabulary lists, textbook exercises, and none of it was helping me actually speak.
Because studying English and speaking English are two completely different skills.
Completely different. And nobody told me that for 2 years.
So you knew the rules, but your mouth did not know what to do with them.
My mouth was completely unprepared. My brain had all this information, and my mouth had 0 practice using it, under any kind of pressure.
And a sandwich counter is apparently enough pressure.
Enormous pressure when you are not ready. And I think so many learners are in exactly this situation right now.
They're studying but not improving their speaking, and they do not understand why.
And they start thinking something is wrong with them.
When actually something is just wrong with their method.
Yes, the method, not the person.
Welcome to Mr. English Podcast.
Your warm, friendly, and completely real place to practice easy English every single day.
I'm James.
And I'm Emma. And today, we're giving you 10 practical, proven methods to actually improve your English speaking skills.
Methods that work in real life, not just in theory.
And we'll also talk about how to remember them and how to actually use them, because knowing a method and using a method are also 2 different things.
In very simple, easy English. So if you're a beginner, you're in exactly the right place.
And if this episode helps you, please subscribe to Mr. English Podcast right now and share it with one friend who's also studying English but struggling to actually speak it.
That friend needs these 10 methods today. Okay, let's go.
Emma, before we get into the 10 methods, let's quickly address something important.
Go ahead. Why do so many people study English for years and still can't speak comfortably?
This is such a good question to start with, because if you understand the problem, the solutions make more sense.
So what is the problem?
Most traditional English learning focuses on passive skills, reading, listening, studying grammar on paper. These are all input activities.
You're receiving information.
Yes, you're taking information in, but speaking is an output activity. You're producing something, and you can't train an output skill only with input practice.
Give me an analogy.
Imagine you want to learn to swim, so you read 10 books about swimming, you study the movements on paper, you watch videos of professional swimmers, you know exactly what good swimming looks like.
And then you jump in the water.
And you sink, because knowing about swimming and actually swimming are completely different things.
The water does not care about your theoretical knowledge.
The water has no patience for theory, and neither does a real English conversation.
So the 10 methods today are all about practice, actually doing it.
Actual practice, with your voice, with your mouth, in real situations. Let's start.
Method 1. Talk to yourself out loud every day.
This is the first one because it's the most accessible. Anyone can do it, anywhere, for free.
And when you say talk to yourself, you mean actually speak out loud.
Yes, out loud, not in your head. Because in your head, you control everything. You can skip the hard parts, you can fill in gaps silently.
But out loud, you have to actually produce the sound.
Every word, every sentence. And that's the practice your mouth needs.
What do you talk about?
Anything. Describe what you're doing. I'm making coffee. I'm adding milk. The coffee smells good. Narrate your day like a documentary.
Your life as a documentary.
Your own personal documentary, in English. And it feels very strange at first.
Very strange.
But within a week, sentences start coming faster. Your mouth starts getting used to making English sounds. The gap between thinking and speaking gets smaller.
And how do you remember to do this?
Connect it to something you already do every day, while you make breakfast, while you walk to the bus, while you wash dishes.
Attach it to an existing habit.
Yes, don't create a new time slot, just add English speaking to something you already do.
Method 2. Shadowing.
Shadowing is one of the most powerful methods for speaking improvement, and not enough people know about it.
Explain it simply.
You find a short piece of spoken English, a podcast, a video, a short clip. You listen to a sentence, then you repeat it immediately, copying the exact sounds, rhythm, and speed.
Like a shadow following someone.
Yes, you follow the original speaker very closely, not after a long pause, almost at the same time.
And this trains multiple things at once.
Pronunciation, rhythm, speed, natural sentence
you are not
patterns.
just repeating
altogether.
words, you are copying the music of the language.
English has a music, a rhythm, and shadowing teaches you to feel that rhythm.
And the best part for beginners?
You do not have to think of what to say. The speaker gives you the words, you just have to produce the sounds.
So the pressure of creating content is removed. You can focus completely on production.
Start with slow, clear speakers, like this podcast.
Convenient recommendation?
Very convenient, but genuinely useful. Practice with audio you can understand, then increase the difficulty slowly.
Method 3. Record yourself speaking.
This one makes people very uncomfortable.
Very. I hated it when I first tried it.
Why?
Because hearing your own voice is strange, and hearing your mistakes is uncomfortable, and your first recording will be worse than you expected.
But
But it is the fastest way to improve, because you cannot fix what you cannot hear, and when you are inside a conversation, you cannot objectively hear yourself.
a recording lets you step outside and listen from a distance.
Like a coach watching a game recording, they see things the player never noticed during the game.
So you record yourself speaking for 1 or 2 minutes about anything. Then you listen back.
What do you listen for?
First, listen for basic things. Are you speaking clearly? Can you understand yourself? Are there sounds that are very unclear?
Then listen for patterns.
Yes. Do you stop in the same places every time? Do you use the same filler words repeatedly? Do certain sounds always come out wrong?
And once you see the pattern, you can work on that specific thing. Targeted improvement, not general practice. Specific practice on your specific weak points.
Which is much faster.
Method 4. Learn phrases, not just single words.
This one changed my speaking dramatically.
Explain why it matters.
Because in real conversation, you do not speak in single words. You speak in phrases, small groups of words that go together naturally.
Like, by the way, or I was wondering, or to be honest.
Yes, native speakers use these phrases constantly, and they come out automatically because they learned them as complete units.
Not as separate words that they have to put together each time.
And that's the problem for many learners. They know all the individual words, but when they need to speak, they have to assemble the sentence from scratch every time.
And that assembly process takes time, which makes speaking slow and difficult.
But if you have learned complete phrases, they come out as one unit, fast and natural.
So instead of memorizing "How are you doing today" as 5 separate words,
You memorize "How are you doing" as one complete sound, one unit.
and how do you do this?
Listen for phrases in everyday English. Write down the ones you hear often. Practice saying each phrase as one complete thing fast until it comes out automatically.
And use real content, movies, podcasts, conversations, not textbooks.
Because textbooks often teach phrases that are technically correct but nobody actually says.
Technically correct, socially strange.
Exactly. Method 5. Find a speaking partner.
The method everyone knows about and very few people actually do.
Why do people avoid it?
Fear. The same fear I had at the sandwich counter. Speaking to a real person means real-time judgment, real mistakes, no time to prepare.
And that feels vulnerable.
Very vulnerable, but it's also the most powerful practice available.
Because a real person responds to you. They don't understand, so you have to explain differently. They ask questions you did not prepare for.
And that unpredictability is exactly what trains real speaking ability.
You cannot train for real conversation without having real conversations.
So where do you find a speaking partner if you don't know English speakers?
Online language exchange apps. You help someone practice your language, they help you practice English.
Language learning communities. Many people are looking for exactly this.
Or even a friend who is also learning English. Practicing together in English, even imperfectly, is still real speaking practice.
And the important thing, you don't need a perfect partner.
You need a willing partner.
Someone who will talk with you, that's enough. Method 6. Use English in small, real moments every day.
Not big planned practice sessions. Small, real moments.
Yes, this is about removing the idea that English practice is something you do at a desk for 1 hour.
Because that's not how language becomes natural.
Language becomes natural through repeated, small uses throughout the day.
Give examples of small moments.
When you see a shop, read the signs in English. When you buy something, try to say the interaction in English in your head. When you watch a film, try to repeat one line you heard.
When you meet someone, try one English greeting, even if you immediately switch to your own language.
When you feel something, try to name it in English. I feel tired. This is delicious. The weather is cold today.
This constant
Small moments
small
throughout the
exposure
day.
keeps your English brain active. It does not turn off after your study session ends.
And over weeks and months, those small moments add up to something very big.
Comfort. Natural comfort with the language.
Method 7. Do not wait until you are ready.
The most uncomfortable method on the list.
And possibly the most important.
Why is this a method?
Because waiting until you are ready is the #1 reason people never improve their speaking.
I will practice speaking when my grammar is better. I will join a conversation when I know more vocabulary. I will speak more when I feel more confident.
And none of those conditions ever fully arrive.
Because confidence in speaking comes from speaking, not from studying more.
It is circular. You wait for confidence, but confidence only comes from doing the thing you are afraid of.
So the method is to speak before you feel ready.
Yes, with the grammar you have now, with the vocabulary you have now, in the imperfect state you are in right now.
And the mistakes you make will teach you more than another hour of studying.
Because mistakes in real speaking situations are memorable.
You will never forget the word you needed and did not have, and you will look it up and remember it forever.
Necessity is a very good teacher.
The best teacher. So do not wait. Speak now with what you have.
Method 8. Imitate people you like listening to.
This is different from shadowing. Shadowing is about copying sounds closely and precisely.
Imitation is broader. You find an English speaker whose style you like, whose energy you like, and you consciously adopt some of their patterns.
Like an actor studying a character.
Exactly. You notice how they pause, how they emphasize certain words, what expressions they use often.
And you try those patterns in your own speaking.
Not copying everything, but borrowing what feels natural to you.
And this helps you develop your own speaking style in English.
Because style is actually important. When you have no style, speaking feels mechanical and flat.
When you have a style, even a borrowed one at first, speaking feels more natural and more confident.
And over time, the borrowed style mixes with your own personality.
And becomes genuinely yours.
English speakers you find interesting on podcasts, in movies, in YouTube videos, these are all potential models.
Study them, not just for the content, for the delivery.
Method 9. Build your speaking vocabulary separately from your reading vocabulary.
Surprised? These are different?
Very different, and most learners do not know this.
Explain it.
When you read, you encounter complex, formal, and rare words, and your brain stores them for reading and writing.
But when you speak,
You need fast, accessible words, words that come to your mouth immediately without thinking.
and complex vocabulary you learned from books often does not come quickly enough.
So in conversation, you hesitate, because the word is somewhere in your memory, but it is not fast enough.
So what do you do?
Build a separate speaking vocabulary. Take the most common, most useful words and phrases in everyday English and practice them until they are completely automatic.
Until they come out without any delay.
High-frequency words, simple sentence starters, common responses. These need to be so familiar that they require no thinking.
Because thinking takes time and conversation does not wait.
So your speaking vocabulary should be smaller than your reading vocabulary, but much faster.
Quality over quantity for speaking.
Speed over rarity.
Method 10. Review and repeat.
The least exciting method and the most necessary.
Why is it not exciting?
Because it means going back to things you already studied, repeating things that feel boring because they're familiar.
And the human brain naturally wants new things, new topics, new content, new vocabulary.
But speaking improvement requires repetition, not just learning something once.
Speaking a phrase once does not make it yours. Speaking it 20 times does not make it automatic.
But speaking it 50 times across several days and weeks?
Now it's yours. Now it comes out without thinking.
And that's the goal, speaking without thinking.
Not because you don't know the language, but because you know it so well, it's automatic.
Like driving a car. At first, you think about every movement, mirror, signal, brake, turn.
And after years of driving, you do all of that without any conscious thought.
Because you repeated it enough times to make it automatic.
And English speaking works exactly the same way.
Repetition is not failure. Repetition is how fluency is built.
So review your phrases. Repeat your shadowing practice with the same material. Say the same sentences again and again until they feel effortless.
Okay, so we have all 10 methods. Let's say them quickly so everyone has a clear list.
Yes, simple and clear.
1. Talk to yourself out loud every day. 2. Shadowing. Repeat after real speakers.
3. Record yourself and listen back. 4. Learn phrases as complete units.
5. Find a speaking partner. 6. Use English
7.
in small,
Do not
real
wait
moments
until you
throughout the
feel
day.
ready. Speak now. 8. Imitate speakers you like.
9. Build a fast-speaking vocabulary.
10. Review and repeat until things become automatic.
10 methods, all practical, all proven, all accessible for beginners.
Emma, let me address something, because some people will hear these 10 methods and feel overwhelmed.
Yes, 10 things is a lot.
So, what is the advice for someone who feels overwhelmed?
Pick one. Just one.
One method. Start with the one that feels most possible for you right now.
Maybe that is talking to yourself in the morning while you make breakfast.
Maybe it is finding one podcast to shadow this week.
Maybe it is recording yourself for 60 seconds tomorrow.
One method, done consistently, will show you results, and those results will motivate you to add another method.
And then another.
Progress builds on itself. You do not need to do everything at once. You just need to start with something.
One real thing, done today.
Not planned for next week, not started when your grammar improves, today.
And one final important thing. Be patient with yourself through this process.
Yes, please be patient, because speaking improvement is not instant.
It takes weeks, sometimes months, before it feels significantly easier.
And there will be bad days, days where your mouth feels slow and your words feel far away.
And that does not mean you are not improving.
It means you are human, and improvement is not a straight line.
But if you keep practicing, keep speaking, keep using these methods consistently,
The improvement comes, always.
without exception.
So, trust the process, trust yourself, and keep going.
Okay, English learners, that is our episode for today. 10 real methods to actually improve your English speaking.
Not theory, not grammar rules, real practice methods that work.
And we hope this felt like a real, honest, useful conversation in easy English.
Because that's always what we are trying to give you here.
If this episode was helpful, please subscribe to Mr. English Podcast right now.
We're here every episode with real conversations, real topics, and real, simple English, just for you.
And please share this episode with one friend who is learning English but struggling to actually speak it.
Because these 10 methods might be exactly what changes everything for them.
And we genuinely want to hear from you. Leave us a comment.
Which method from today's list are you going to try first? Tell us. Be specific.
Or tell us, what is your biggest challenge with English speaking right now? What feels hardest?
Because your answer helps us understand what you need, and it helps other learners feel less alone with their own challenges.
Every comment you write is also speaking practice in written form, so it's already helping you.
Your words in English, simple or detailed, are always completely welcome here.
Always.
So, until next time, remember this.
You do not need perfect English to start speaking.
You need speaking to get to better English.
The speaking comes first. The improvement follows.
Start today with one sentence, one small moment, one method from today's list.
That's enough to begin something real.
See you in the next episode, English learners. We're genuinely excited for your progress.
Keep speaking. Keep going. Bye for now.